Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a random album review. What episode is this?
It's kind of murky because of things that have transpired this past week.
True,
We unfortunately this past week
technically.
we lost another episode, got corrupted,
Oh man,
and I don't know, just was not in the mood to try to re-record it. So we skipped it. We skipped my week. It's whatever. This is Brian's week, so this is technically now episode 5.
a double week. All right,
Back to back.
episode 5. Today we are throwing it back to when did we last do this band?
Not too long ago.
This band is Galneryus. That's how I say it, at least. Um, they make like symphonic metal, classic metal, progressive metal, mix all that kind of stuff. They're based in Japan. We've done them before. We did Under the Force of Courage
Yes.
a while back, and it was good. Well, that was the song that got me. The album that got me into this rabbit hole. So, it was episode 16 of season 2.
There you go.
So not that long ago. But this, fun fact, this album came out the same time Epic Narratives did, and I was torn in between doing that and this, and so it's been a few months since then.
He made a
But
decision.
here we are.
But he's back.
True. We are here. We are listening to The Stars Will Light the Way. It was released in September 25th, 2024, so it's been a few months. But, I mean, I've talked about them before, so...
If you missed it, go back and watch the first episode on Galneryus. It's that easy.
It was pretty cool.
It's a good episode.
All right. Anyway, here we are. Let's get into it.
I was going to say, without further ado.
I believe normally, this album has the 2 intro and outro songs, no lyrics, just straight instrumental.
This almost sounds like a fight theme. Like, strangely, like, this feels like I could be, like, training to fight right now.
You're going towards the utopia.
Is this... I feel like you answered for this before, maybe. I don't know. Is this a story album? Do you know?
I don't believe so. I haven't found anything on it. There's no
Okay.
Wikipedia album thing for it.
That's fair.
But a lot of people on Reddit and stuff were like, this is the first album since Under the Force of Courage, in their personal opinion, that has,
Lived up.
been good. Yeah. The other ones are like kind of disappointing. It's like the production doesn't seem how it used to be,
It's understandable.
is what people say. A lot of people are saying that the keyboardist was being not really being, but like the guitar wouldn't mesh well with it or something, in their opinion. So
It's understandable, I guess. I mean,
yeah,
everybody's
people
allowed to
wonder.
have their opinions, and sometimes when an artist changes things up between albums, some fans don't like it. Maybe a majority of fans don't like it. I mean, as a Fall Out Boy fan, I kind of understand.
This song was a single release before
Before the album.
before the album. They dropped 2 songs. They dropped this, the reason we fight, and In Water's Gaze. And I love them. I love them all.
I don't quite remember this much use of horns in the first album. Maybe I gotta go back and listen. But
I think
I'm
I don't think there was that much either.
I'm digging it. And like I said, it kind of makes you feel like grand, like big, grandiose.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I obviously I don't know what he's saying, but I would say that I think the song being titled "The Reason We Fight" is very, very adequate. I want to go run through a wall.
There's some there's some English in it. You can hear it.
Yeah.
Dying soul is screaming to the dark. We will take it till we take down the threat, break down despair someday, and everything must be equal. It's the reason we fight. Keep on praying. Chain of faith. We go.
All right. Still want to run through a wall.
We could take on anything over here, you know.
That's what I'm saying. That brick wall, it stands no chance. Great guitar solo. Oh my god.
That's probably Sue. That's the guy.
That's incredible. That's crazy. He's shredding.
I believe there are two guitarists, if I remember correctly.
I wonder if they're tossing it back and forth.
No, there's one guitarist,
Okay.
and then there is a keyboardist, and then a vocal, and a bass and a drum. So this is just him. This is just him shredding.
The use of the keyboard's interesting.
He's always been a keyboardist. It's just that apparently in the more recent, not this one, in post under the Force of Courage, seems that the keyboard is being drowned out by the guitar because they don't mesh really well in those songs. Apparently, is what people on Reddit say. Which, I mean, I guess it does make sense. Sometimes one instrument can be more overpowering than the others.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't find a way to blend them together and make them sound kind of seamless.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever effects, whatever distortion you put on
A lot of
them.
people were raving about this album, so, or at least a lot of people liked it.
It's always the visual in my head of somebody jamming out on a keyboard. Because I know he's just sitting there, just jamming away, having the time of his life. In Water's Gaze.
I love this song. It's just a fantasy vibe.
I was gonna say, I don't know what wind instrument this is, but very fantasy, like Lord of the Rings vibes at the beginning.
And then the horns, the drums, guitar all fly in.
Another great guitar solo. Actually, that might be the keyboard.
It was a combination of
I was
both,
gonna say maybe combo.
I believe. It's I remember reading the Reddit post. It's between 5:15 and 5:30 is when the keyboard goes crazy. You can hear both of them. Like they're actually messing really well. I love this ending bit so much.
It's great. That was nice. That was very beautiful. The ending.
Eight-minute banger right there.
That was a really good one.
The vibe changed.
Very much. I like it though. It's a lot slower than everything else has been so far. It's very.
This is it's a sad song. I'm reading the lyrics.
That makes sense. I mean, it is called "Crying for You." In a very small sense, and you might understand what I say. I'm almost getting Michael Myers vibes. This almost sounds like the Halloween theme song by John Carpenter. Just a little.
Yeah, I can.
The
hear it.
backtracking, at least.
Mm-hmm. The keyboard.
Yes.
The keyboardist is pulling a Michael Myers right now.
He's chasing us right now.
Who wrote the song? Who's it written by? Who hurt this guy?
I don't know.
Oh, this
It's a good question.
This is a produced, not who wrote it. Writer? Oh, who hurt the main singer, bro? The lead singer. Who hurt him? Pretty sure he's happily married too.
Somebody heard him before. He's letting it all out now. Don't bottle that up, man. Let it out.
Oh, this is a very wholesome ending. Blaze a trail and start again.
Yeah, sure. Some people, I mean, that's just... But that's what they feel like they have to do to move past things.
That's all the lyrics. So we've got about 2 minutes instrumental here, it seems. There you go. This is my favorite song off the album.
Bro's spoiling.
I've said that for 3 songs now.
Bro's spoiling the whole album.
As if I haven't said I've listened to this entire album already.
He's spoiling the whole album. Another good one.
Oh.
Despite these tracks being all like on the longer side, I'll be able to go over this better at the end, but I feel like they've done a good job at keeping my focus.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. This is the real task, I suppose. The 11-minute banger.
Classic.
I already really like this opening.
That's what you like to hear.
I'm gonna be honest. That would have been a great closing track. I like.
The way it ended was great.
It was.
The life will go on.
And that was The Stars Will Light the Way.
Banger.
We will be right back momentarily.
All right. Well, we have just finished listening to The Stars Will Light the Way. And, I don't know, I liked it. What was your opinion, Larry?
I mean, so I went back and listened to the songs that I had saved from Under the Force of Courage, I believe is correct. So I just wanted to have like a precursor coming into this because we had discussed, I believe you mentioned to me last week or something that we were going to do them again this week. So I wanted to come into it kind of in the right mindset, the right frame, and I think it definitely helped. I mentioned this towards the end of listening. All of the tracks outside of basically the opening track and the closing track, all of them were basically longer songs, but I feel like they all kept my attention throughout, and that's something that I feel like is hard to do when you have a song that's 8 minutes long, 7 minutes long, plus
11.
11 minutes long. Um, you can really easily get sucked out of the music and just kind of fall into a trance and not really be paying attention to what's actually playing. So I definitely appreciated that. I definitely like this album a lot. I think there's some highlights here. I think there's maybe a couple things that we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Okay, okay. So out of the 10 songs that we listened to, any ones that caught your eye?
So immediately, when we were going through listening, I'd saved "The Reason We Fight." That's a good song. I don't know, that pretty plain, like, I want to call it a hype song, I guess. I don't know. It makes me feel like like I said, I want to run through a wall when I listen to it. I really liked "Crying for You," as well as "Voice and Sadness." Both of them were a little bit slower, a change of pace, and I think it was definitely needed towards the end of the album, especially because with it being an hour long, again, keeping you engaged, you have 5 or 6 tracks of metal and rock music to begin, something a little bit slower in the middle towards the end to change it up, keeps the listener engaged. So definitely appreciated that. What about you, Brian?
Um, so I'm not gonna count the two pre-releases because I like those. Those would be "The Reason We Fight" and "In Water's Gaze." I listened to those before they came out, and those bangers. And I was like, I want the album now. I really liked "Heartless," uh, "Voice and Sadness." Like I said, one of my favorites. And I also like I like "I Believe." It's a long song, but like I like the vibe of it.
Yeah.
I've always been a sucker for like classical slash traditional instruments in like quote unquote modern music. I
Yes.
think I've said this multiple times.
If they can find a way to make it work and make it mesh well with what they're trying to do with their own music, I think it works.
Hmm. Yeah,
So no, I definitely agree with you. I like I Believe as well. I guess I think if it's time,
well, any closing arguments?
I don't really have anything else now outside of what I'll say for my score. Really.
All right. Well, no, excuse me. Speaking of score, what'd you give it, Larry?
So really like this album. I don't think I liked it quite as much as I liked Under the Force of Courage.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna give this one an 8, though. It's still a really solid album, but I don't know. There's something about it that just it didn't live quite as high as Under the Force of Courage, and maybe it was
That's what a lot of people say.
I don't know. It just there's something missing. It feels I don't know. I can't quite put my words on it. The one, and it's a small gripe I had, is I think I Believe should have ended the album. I really think Life Will Go On. It's a great track. It's a great instrumental. It would fit somewhere better in the middle, maybe as an interlude, and then close out with I Believe, close out with the classical, the intro being classical, and then the slow drawn out ending. It just I don't know. It kind of feels like you're fading away, and I felt like that would have
Hmm.
been perfect. So I'm gonna give it an 8. I think it's still a really solid album, but I wanted a little bit more.
That's fair. That's fair.
What about you, Brian?
I'm giving it surprise, surprise, a 10.
That's yeah, all right. I respect it.
I like I didn't give I believe I gave Under the Force of Courage a 9.6, and maybe I should have given it higher, but I really do like this album. When it came out, listened to the entire thing, loved it, saved it instantly. I saved it before I even listened to it, so
Pre-saved. He knew.
yeah, I did.
No,
What
I think that's
what you
fair, and
give?
we can
Oh, you gave
always We can always in the future if there ever comes a time, there might be a time where we go back through and re-rank some of these albums, rescore them maybe. So
Yeah.
can always move it up to a solid 10.
No, you gave Under the Force of Courage an 8.75.
I was gonna say I thought it was close to a 9, but it wasn't quite a 9.
That one was pretty heavy though, so
Yeah, and I don't know.
oh,
I liked it. Like I said,
that's fair.
I think this album is just missing that touch, and it just still a really good album, but I don't know. I wanted a little bit more, knowing what I knew about the band. I think if this was my introduction to them, it wouldn't be a problem. I'd be like, wow, this is a great album. 9 out of 10, maybe a 10 out of 10. I don't know, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, that's fair. But is that all?
That's
Maybe
it.
anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, if you guys have enjoyed listening to this us ramble, not, I don't ramble anymore.
No, not really. We kind of just
You like the
we talk. We sit here, we talk about it, and then I don't know. Occasionally ramble, but you guys don't see that.
Yeah. No. But yeah, if you guys have listened to this, please let us know what you thought.
You got
do
this.
the YouTube things. I blanked exact. I want to say, do the YouTube things. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Please leave a comment. Subscribe. Maybe hit the bell. We're on Apple Podcasts or whatever. Spotify podcast.
I think that's it.
We have a Facebook.
We have
Please
a
follow that. I'm lonely over there. Instagram, TikTok, all the things.
Yeah.
And we will see you for hopefully hilarious episode.
Hopefully,
if it ever happens.
We'll try.
We'll see you eventually.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Yep.